Yeah.
Perfect.
Feel. This feeling right now, man, I swear it feel. Yeah. It's all about us.
One. Yeah. What up? Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to another week, another episode.
42?
Episode, who's that, Jackie Robinson?
Yeah.
Episode Jackie Robinson of the Social Aqua Podcast.
Episode
Welcome.
42.
Shout out to me for knowing that.
Yeah, that is a shout out to you.
You know what that is? It's a testament to my cultural knowledge, not to my sport knowledge. Jackie Robinson was a for those that don't know, a very important athlete historically.
Yeah.
So take the time to make sure you Google that if you don't know.
I did a research paper on him once in, I think, 5th grade.
Did you?
Yeah.
What grade did you get?
Good one.
Good one.
I don't have to tell you. The teacher told me I didn't have to tell anyone, so I haven't told anyone since, because it's not your business.
Not important.
Jackie Robinson knows what I got.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let him know.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, now that we've officially turned on that awkward switch, let's kick it off, dude.
Let's go.
How's the week been?
Week's been good. I've been
Training a lot. We've been
we've
real
been
good.
back. We've been
real good.
diligent about being back into fight ready, which
Trying to get
I'm
them
happy
combos
about.
down, dude.
I'm happy about it because for me, it's been nice because for a while it was pissing me off when we'd go. I think I talked about this last time because I just wasn't feeling like how it used to feel in there. But now I feel like that we're being in there actually consistently, and it's not just like a one-off, go in for a day, show up in a month.
Yeah.
Because their curriculum is moving so quick.
Right.
That like even if you go one day a week, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah, it's really easy to fall behind. But we've been good about going into fight ready. And then also too, we had Mother's Day.
Had Mother's Day. Happy belated Mother's Day now too.
Yeah, but like
mothers.
Especially our mom. Shout out to our mom. For putting up with us, dude.
I know.
It's a tall order.
I just started realizing that too.
Tall order.
I just started realizing that as I've
Really?
gotten older. I kind of always knew it was a pain in the ass, but I didn't want to be like, I wasn't that bad. But now I'm like, I was probably, I was a piece of shit for sure. Because I would just be the worst.
You're not a piece of shit, but like,
I'm not saying I am now, but I'm saying I was.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm
Like
talking about even
growing up.
now, like, we're allowed to deal with.
Yeah, but it was way worse. Dude, it's a cakewalk for me now, or it's got to be for mom now.
Well,
Based
from
off of what it was.
From like a parental standpoint, but like, if we all work together, and
Yeah.
there's that.
But I'm a breeze now with that, comparatively speaking.
True. Yeah, you're much more pleasant to deal with as in the working relationship than as the child relationship. You have a better time as an adult functioning.
Yeah, I have
in
an easier
society.
time. Mm-hmm.
Which is
I
a
think-
testament to you, dude. I think you
Well, a lot of
worked
people
really
go the
hard.
opposite. They're good kids, great kids, and they grow up to be pieces of shit. Because you got to know, you got to experience both sides. You got to know. I'm not saying I was like a piece of shit, but I would just do like.
But you just bash your friends with toy trucks.
No, I was upset.
But you did it. Did you not?
Yeah, but I think some words were said or something. That's not the point, you know.
You did it. So that's the type of friend you were.
Well, okay, but I mean, I didn't have the law on me. I didn't know the law. You know, I didn't know what I could or couldn't do. I mean, I was sitting there watching
didn't know bird law?
superhero movies,
You didn't know bird law?
beating ass.
Yeah.
Because I was in preschool, dude. Like, how am I supposed to know that, like, if someone pisses you off, then then that's when you do things like that, then they tell you, oh, you can't do that. You're in trouble.
True.
So then I haven't thrown a
Learned a lot.
toy truck.
You had the incident a few months
Yeah.
ago with
Well, there's the one last week, too.
at the toy store
Yeah.
with the kid.
Well, listen, dude. They had the Matchbox. It was a limited dish. No, I'd actually never threw Matchbox. I like to throw the bigger ones.
Yeah, well,
that the doors
kid-
could open.
Yes, and now
He took the lifeguard truck one, and I wanted that one because it's all I was missing for my collection.
we got banned from one of the Walmarts that we were close to in Denver because you hurled one of those fucking electric little rider trucks. You know, like those little things that little kids ride. You know what I'm talking
Did
about?
I actually do that?
Yeah, dude. You picked it up, threw it at a dude.
Oh no, you're just talking shit. I thought for a minute that I was like, did I do something at a Walmart? I know we didn't get banned at a Walmart, but like,
Could you imagine, dude, if you just hucked one of those things at a person?
dude, you me. Well, one time I was at a.
It would
we were
have
at
to
a
be at
Target.
Walmart though, if that's where that goes down.
Well, there's definitely some crime that you could commit, especially when you're young. At these
Target,
places,
they don't put up with that. They got.
oh, I got away with something, dude, because when I was really young, I was with mom and
Dude, don't tell your shoplifting Target story again.
I didn't tell it.
Yeah, you have.
I have.
Yeah.
I don't think I did, but yeah. Anyways,
All right, fucking tell it then. Now at this point,
all right. Well, I went in there and I wanted some baseball cards, so I shoved them in my pockets and I got away with it. But I didn't know.
You're not
I didn't mean
hurling around though. What I'm saying is you're not hurling around.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying the kind of fuckery I was getting into as a kid.
Right. Yeah.
Because also in preschool, I
more
stuffed my pockets with a bunch of shit.
Sort of thing.
But I thought I could take them. I didn't know that I couldn't not have them.
Yeah. Well,
They said
regardless,
community toys. I thought I could take it home. Like at the bookstore, you could rent books, take it home. I thought I could do that with the toys.
did you have a Target card present?
No, this was in a preschool. This is a preschool class that had like a whole bin of toys, and I just stuffed my pockets with a bunch of them. And the mom made me return them, and I was really embarrassed.
Well, that's good. That at least you got that. You learned that lesson, and you got something.
I had to learn some of that shit young, dude.
But at least you felt the embarrassment, you know, because a lot of people just goes right over their head, and you know.
Well, she made a big deal. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed right now," and I felt her being embarrassed. And she was like,
worse.
"I cannot believe like you just are walking around with your pockets stuffed full of shit that's not yours. How are you going to go explain this to the teacher?" I'm like,
well,
shit,
and the
I
other
didn't
thing
know.
is too, it's not like you could have just probably asked, because what, $5 for some of them things. I guarantee a few of them had to be McDonald's Happy Meal toys.
Yeah, but at
Those
that
got
day and age,
real
they
valuable
Got, yeah,
at
they
some
got
points.
rare. Like remember Beanie Babies?
Yeah, but there were some fucking Happy Meals that got really, really rare, and I just can't think of a ton of them. I remember the dinosaur. Remember that dinosaur movie? It was like one of the first real
Were they
CGI.
finger puppets or something?
Yeah, it was like there were more hand puppets.
Yeah.
Puppets. They were that's how Arctic Monkey says puppet. Poupette. I'm a poupette on a string, Tracy Island. But they're fucking like a latex thing that we had on it.
I remember that, dude.
Yep. And then there
How'd they fit those into a bag? Because I remember it being kind of big.
You wrap them in plastic and just shove them in. Happy Meals aren't that. There's not that much food. Think about it.
True.
But then what else, dude? Was there? There was this one time that they were doing NSYNC and Britney Spears.
I remember that.
It was like a.
You could like buy an apple pie or something to get it.
Yeah, I don't know what the qualification. I wound up with it though, and
the apple pie,
huh?
The apple pie or the Britney Spears and
JT. She was one of my first crushes.
Oh, that's how you became such a fan of them. That was from the Mickey D's thing.
And he became my inspiration for guy lights and clip-on earrings because.
And you did it later that year
because he was getting Britney, and I had a crush on Britney because that latex red suit.
You want to know my first crush?
Huh?
Avril Lavigne.
It's a good one. That's a good one.
Strange one, but good one.
Yeah, it's not that strange. I think a lot of people would agree with you.
Yeah? Yeah, well, there's some about her, too, because she kind of had that,
she had that punk
in her that you're just kind of
she'll
like...
beat your ass if you need her to.
Yeah.
With a skateboard, she'll fuck you up with a skateboard.
Mm-hmm. So I had a higher level of respect. Not that I didn't, like... as was.
Speaking
but
of formidable women on Mother's Day, how about the Mother of Dragons, which you know nothing about? Fucking this last episode of Game of Thrones got nuts. And
I bet.
yeah, you don't watch show still, and everybody that doesn't watch the show listens to this, which I don't know. I don't really have a head count.
If you guys do, because he's gonna talk about it for a minute. So if you don't
Not
listen,
for a minute.
and you're like me,
I'm not going to talk about it for a minute.
30 seconds. What's it gonna be?
Dude, here's my only thing. It's more of a conceptual.
I'm just saying. I'm saying
I'm
if you want to listen to it,
I'm
just
going to talk
skip
about
forward.
it conceptually. I'm just going to say that for like the people that are watching it though, that have watched it this whole time and are now disappointed with how it's ending, I don't like that. That's people that are going bad on the show because they think that the writing sucks. And like here's what I want to bring up just as a thought and how difficult it would be as a writer, just as a creative, because we are creatives, you know, and we can relate to this in a way.
Yeah.
If we were writing a story, say that took 10 years to tell, and halfway through the story, someone fucking blogs about the ending of our story that we're still 5 years away from. So we got to completely change everything from how it works, like and how that's like some of the shit that they've had to deal with over, like people are posting spoilers and leaks and shit all over the place, and so it's got to be difficult for them to continuously pivot and change directions when you've got characters that are so intertwined with that whole world's reality. It's got to be difficult. So I give the creators of the show a lot more credit, I think, than a lot of people do, because it would be very difficult, I think, to write a 10-year deal and have it get ruined every week for the whole 10 years and still be able to pull the kind of numbers that they pull.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's pretty cool too.
It's a show, dude.
It's cool, yeah. I mean, no, for sure. I mean, their success is killing it. Like it's a hit show for a reason, but
like we don't need to talk about specifics or anything like that. I just wanted to say that right there, like, because I'm hearing a lot about that on the internet.
Well, not to change the subject, but our next thing we're going to talk about is a popular trend that I will jump into is the whole Marvel kick. I used to love all of the Marvel movies as a kid.
That face wasn't for you.
And then I didn't even notice your face.
Oh.
But yeah, so with all this Avengers stuff going on, figure might as well. So Justin went ahead and bought a bunch of these movies.
Well, it started with just one. Like on Saturday, I woke up and was like, I don't know what I want to watch, and I saw on the recommended thing on Apple TV like all the Marvel shit, and so I'm like, you know what, dude, maybe I'll jump
Run
in
it back.
And so then I was like, you know what? What's it to me? Just start at Iron Man 1 and go all the way through, because I saw Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, Avengers, and Thor Ragnarok, Avengers Infinity War. I've seen a bunch that are way fucked up and out of the timeline.
Well, me too. I'd only seen Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, maybe Iron Man 3, but I don't remember. I hadn't seen any of the Avengers. I didn't see the new Spider-Man. That's the problem. Is they had the new Spider-Man like you talked about.
It wasn't my Spider-Man.
Mine's Tobey Maguire.
Mine
so
too.
Yours.
But then they had the one in between from the Social Network, Andrew Garfield. And so that threw it off then even more for me.
Yeah.
That guy.
Did they have another guy after him too?
Yeah, the guy that's now Spider-Man.
Oh, fuck, man.
So it went Tobey Maguire first, then Andrew Garfield, and now Tom Holland, I think. Tom.
I don't know.
So I don't want to fuck it up, but I mean he's fine probably if I fuck it up, but
yeah.
Anyways, yeah, now it's him, and so But that Andrew Garfield guy's movies were coming out of Spider-Man while all of this stuff was going on, so it was kind of confusing for me.
Yeah, and
To
that
follow
was the
along.
thing. I mean, I loved the.
Plus, I was just busy
I was
too.
so I mean, at that point, but I was so into the Dark Knight movies when they came out that it was
Yeah.
hard to be
Both.
on board because I don't love, to be honest. I like the things that are realistic. And hear me out for a second. Hear me out for a second, because I know. So your argument is that they're very they are realistic. That none of this is outside of the realm of the possibility, which I agree with you. But my point is that at the time, before the world of that we're in now, that we are starting to kind of realize that really anything's possible. But at the time when all these were coming out at first, I was like, I'm a Batman guy because that seems pretty realistic to a degree.
For sure.
Because it's like he doesn't have any crazy ability where he's flying up in the sky and, you know.
No, I hear you on that. Like,
Shooting lightning out of his dick and shit.
Even Iron Man was a stretch for me because when it first came out, kind of because I didn't understand the technology that was going on in his chest. And because of that, I was so disconnected to it.
Yeah.
Versus Batman, like, traumatized as a child, overcoming fears, and upset and angry.
Goes to another country to learn how to fight.
Yeah, very skilled. Becomes very skilled, very hard worker, very disciplined.
And a regular villain.
Like, it's super, like, normal. All things that you know, but, like...
And they stopped making them.
Falling out of the sky and being on a different planet is not something that I'm probably ever going to be able to relate to.
I think about, but now we're starting to see that, like, it's possible that another universe would be able to.
It's always been possible.
Yeah, it's always been possible, but now
we didn't know.
Yeah,
but like, yeah, I mean, there could be.
It is still hard to relate to.
There could be a black hole or wormhole or some kind of a hole that we go through and gone. See ya.
But I'm a big fan of them though. Like rewatching them.
Yeah, we capped off the entire phase 1, which is Iron Man 1 through the Avengers.
Worked hard this weekend.
That's 5.
You guys would be proud of me.
Fucking 5 movies, dude.
You'd be proud of me.
I am proud of you.
You are proud of me.
I am proud of you.
Because it sounded like I was watching them with you being forced. I went on my own time.
Yeah, we weren't even... We didn't
I haven't
watch
rented
them
them myself.
Yeah. But I'm buying as I go. I'm buying as I go because I want to have the whole... I want to have the whole collection in the library.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing more frustrating to me than having a half-baked collection in the library because there's just nothing worse, dude. I've got Deadpool 2, and I don't have Deadpool 1.
That's weird.
It drives me crazy. And
you know what else, too?
The only reason I got Deadpool 2 as a disclaimer is because, not that I don't like it or anything, but I just wouldn't have got it if it had been available to rent, but it wasn't because it was brand new. So I had to buy it, otherwise I couldn't watch it.
Well, the other thing is, too, now is, I was thinking about this, but your library now...
You can't even watch it.
Is, you're very the cool uncle. You're the cool uncle library.
Yeah.
To where, like, God forbid I have a kiddo that pops out at some point. He's going to be able to go to your place, and he's going to be like, Uncle Jay's just got the cool, because...
I don't have a boring... I don't have a shitty movie on my library.
Well, yeah, and what's going to happen is people, like, the kid's going to be, like, 7, and he's going to, like, look through all the movies. He's going to go, okay, well, that one's R, can't watch that. That one's R, I'm not going to be able to get away with that one. Jack Ryan, Headhunter.
Shadow Recruit.
This looks interesting, sure.
Great
why not?
movie,
and then
dude.
it's going to be some random-ass movie, and then they're going to grow up to be like you, and then be like, yeah, I've seen this movie, Jack Ryan, that's a great movie, no one else has heard of, but it's on the Cool Uncle's library. Because we've had those cool uncles, and it was our cool uncles. We've actually got a few cool uncles, but one of our cool uncles is the one who showed us Avril Lavigne.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He had a cool collection library, too, of music and movies. But overall, I think that I'm excited to see where it all goes, to be able to watch them, back to back to back to back to back to back.
And actually pay attention to the storyline, because that's my thing. Is I'm trying to actually be into it. I'm trying to actually be present, engaged.
And that's what I did with Game of Thrones actually too. I didn't start watching Game of Thrones when the show started. I only started it probably in what did we say the other day? 2017?
I don't. Maybe,
2016. Yeah. So I've only been into it for like 2.5, 3 years, but
still a minute though to be into something. If you think about it.
Yeah, but like I jammed through a lot really quick, and so that was where
like Blue
it was
Mountain
for
State
me.
wasn't even a show. I was into that.
Had I probably started from the beginning though, I probably wouldn't still be on board. You know what I mean? And that's true.
Though. Well, think back to 2011.
I know that's what happened with Marvel, because like I watched Iron Man and I watched Iron Man 2.
It's almost like you got to be a certain age to kind of be able to like grasp everything too fully, because when they start talking another dialogues, it gets or with different dialect, it just is it gets different, and it gets hard to follow
when they have their own languages.
Yeah. And then there's
that is always nuts.
And then there's a different dialect, and then they say, they use terms like realm, and
yeah,
they get crazy. But if you're a kid though, like it's harder to understand all that then, or at least it was for me as a kid.
True. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, but I'm excited to be on board, and we're trying to time it so that once Endgame Avengers becomes available, for streaming, we'll be done with all the movies.
Because I can't be a complete dickhead and not be into either.
Fired up. Yeah, you're coming off as
and it's
a
gonna
real
be way
douche.
Yeah, and it's gonna be way easier to knock out all these Avengers, and I'll be way more into it.
It's about half as much content as Game of Thrones.
Yeah. In their movies, because that's what I feel like. I watch 2 hours and I feel like I accomplished something. I got a storyline done. This guy's done. Boom. Who's next? Thor? Cool. Who's next? Captain America? Cool. Who's next? Oh, the whole team? Cool. Next.
Yeah, cool. Well, you know what, dude? I think last week marked a special thing for us. We had a segment stick.
Yeah.
Well received.
That was good.
We do the current events, and people like the current events and stuff like that, and it's good just to be in the loop. But socially awkward story.
We do that more because we have more fun with just...
We have fun breaking it down.
Yeah, talking about what's going on in the world.
It's less pressure on us to come up with stuff to talk about. And, but socially awkward story time has been a hit. And, thankfully the people of Reddit, the good people of Reddit, understand that we're not here to make fun or anything like that. We're here to do... Whatever the post calls for. I mean, to be frank, last week it was stuff that we either don't know ourselves or that's how we are. So we're not going to
relate.
We're not going to pretend to like try to give advice. It's not like we're not socially awkward. Yeah. So we're not trying to help you become not socially awkward. We're just letting you know that we're also socially awkward, and like,
fuck it, let's just be it together.
Well, yeah, we're all good.
We're a zoo.
It's a zoo.
Awkward animal party.
So here we go, dude. This is socially awkward story time number 2, and these do drop on each Friday. So
yeah, so we're segmenting these on YouTube as well.
Yep. Okay, so is it just me or is it them? Every time I make a friend, I try to support them and love them. I'll give them hugs, wholesome memes, and say, "Illy, no homo." However, everyone I've ever been friends with just winds up thinking I'm weird because of it. I know that I'm socially awkward. It's the name of the podcast. Because of how introverted I am. But I feel like because people dislike the love that I try to show everyone... Oh, no. Dislike the love that I try to show... Oh, I wind up being introverted and giving up on people. Yeah, you can't use the same word so close together like that. I wish to be friends with people, but they don't accept my love. Should I be the one to be less creepy, or should they be the ones who accept me? I hope at least one person can see or reply to this. Thank y'all. Well, let me tell you what, dude, Mr. Or Mrs. Small Bean Tree, Reddit user. We don't know if you're a boy or a girl, man or a woman.
It does make a bit of a difference.
We don't care, though. It
don't
does
care.
make a difference, but we don't care.
We don't care.
We'll break down both sides because we are fair and equal. Now, what do you want to take? What do you want to do first?
Well,
you know what we should do? We should establish an age range. Can we establish an age range here? Just to get an estimate. I'm thinking middle to high. Middle to high school. For me, is what I'm putting this person at.
Yeah. Well, if they're sending memes and saying ILY, illy, if they're using illy, then they're probably not any older than us, and not any younger. They wouldn't be posted on Reddit if they're any younger than like junior in high school. Probably
You think?
Maybe sophomore. I don't know. I'm just trying to think if I would have. Who knows? Kids can be different now.
Probably high school, dude.
Could be high school.
I think it's a high schooler. Okay, so we think it's a high schooler.
We don't know though. We don't know.
Here's the thing about the illy no homo.
Said no, or said we don't know like 1,000 times. But.
Here's the thing about the illy no homo deal. We talked about illy a couple episodes back.
Yeah.
You know, that's something that we're down with bringing back. We're down with getting the illy back into the rotation of phrases to use with each other. No homo. Here's the thing with that is it's 2019.
Yeah, it sounds kind of offensive.
It's out of style because it was something that was said a long, long time ago. And then B, or number two, yeah, it's a little bit offensive, or it's kind of weird.
It's
like,
in bad taste.
Why are you saying it?
Yeah, like, what, you don't love me? Why are you gonna make? Why are you gonna take it there?
What's homo got to do with it?
Yeah.
Now, is it a joke?
Well,
then what's the purpose of the no homo? Because if you just say,
I think we're spending a little too much time on that because because like I said, it's different
that's
between
what people
male
think
and female.
He's weird. He or she is weird about, though.
No, but it's giving them hugs, wholesome memes. I'm gonna go ahead and assume it's a guy because I don't know any girls that say no homo.
Yeah.
Usually they just say, "Oh, I love you." So let's say the guy side first. So with the guy thing, I just wouldn't say ILY no homo. I just say love you, bro.
Yeah.
That's what.
So you got to commit.
Because if you're trying to show that you're not trying to fuck them or mate with them, or I don't know the right term, but a quick bro, buddy, love you, buddy. We say that.
Love you, man.
Say that to each other. We say that to our friends.
Love you, bro.
A lot of friends talk like that. But if you're younger, I could see where people get weird about it.
Well, there's a whole movie that at the end of it, there's a whole list of ways to say I love you to your guy friend.
Yeah.
I love you, man.
Love you, man, yeah. Great movie.
Love you, bromosexual. He goes through a whole list.
I love you, small bean tree.
I love you. That's the guy's name. That's funny. Yeah, no, I do love you, small bean tree. See, that... more efficient.
It just seems but like wholesome memes.
What does that mean?
You're just saying, yeah. What are the wholesome memes? Because like again, you're talking about a lot of relationships that I got with buddies. You know that like, if you don't see a buddy in a long time, you give him a hug. If you give him a hug every time you see him,
probably a bit much.
You're a male, maybe ease up a little bit on that. I'm not saying it's weird, but they might take it as such.
I would take it as weird.
A little bit, yeah. Every single time.
If a dude that I saw like all the time hugged me all the time,
to say he is in high school and it's in the halls every day, it'd be like, bro.
And if it didn't start out with a handshake,
yeah,
Like in the
It takes a level to build to the hug.
yeah, and that's something maybe too that needs to be understood, that like different people have different ways of showing love.
Mm-hmm.
And that sometimes like the hug could be a more sacred thing to one person versus like you might have a different thing that's real sacred.
But kind of know your audience too. Like, you know, don't be like, because the ending question says, should I be the one to be less creepy, or should they be the ones who accept me? Do a little bit of both,
Yeah.
because it's not necessarily you being creepy, but just be like, yeah, I'm gonna ease up on this aspect with that person, because everyone likes something different. So if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because how I interact with you is different than I interact with. I mean, it just depends how long you see them. You know,
I don't think you should ever like stop showing people love or affection, because there's not enough of it in the world.
for sure.
But I think the best thing that you could do is to educate the people around you that you love on how you love and why you love, that way, because then they've got a chance at understanding,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can start to build that bridge, and get over it that way. But I don't think I don't think you should bow down to anybody for being yourself. I think
If you are in high school, though, and this is the issue, though, don't even worry about it, because after high school, this isn't going to be an issue, because then it's more celebrated, I feel like, when you get older, because you don't see people as much, because you're not seeing them every day. So you see them, you give them a hug, you haven't seen them in 2 months, it's not a big deal,
right.
But if you're, like I said, every day, or sending memes, because,
Just
like,
do starter packs.
if I had a buddy, for instance, who wanted a hug every time I saw him,
Mm-hmm.
send me memes every day.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting hugs, memes, and IOI no homo every day, I would conclude,
He wants trying to fuck.
I don't know about that, but
Signs would start to point to it.
He's looking for his prescription of vitamin Z, and the doctor's out of the office.
Yeah. Well, if it's that, it's okay too. You got to just have that conversation.
Yeah, and just be like, look, man, it's not for me.
Be in communication with
you,
your dude.
Yeah.
But anyways, dude, I gotta take it number one.
I do too.
All right.
That was good, though.
All right. Yeah, it was good. All right, gang, we're back. Welcome again.
What up, what up?
For those of you guys just tuning in, I'm still Justin.
Still Z. Oh, we didn't even do that.
No, we didn't. But talked about Jackie Robinson.
They know what episode we're on. I don't think it matters who's who anymore.
No.
You'll figure it out.
One and the same. Anyways, let's get into some current events, dude. Let's kick it off.
Let's do it.
Kick it off with something that I know actually a lot about, believe it or not. The government plans to battle dodgy lip fillers aren't enough. A public health campaign won't cut it. We need laws to regulate rogue practitioners. Now, I don't know a lot about the dark side of lip injections. However, I've dated in a long-term relationship a girl who has used lots of lip injections, like a lot. And she never had anything real health-wise that would scare her, because she used some high-quality shit, because it wasn't cheap, and, it's a dangerous game. But let's read what happened to Cassidy Valentine here. When YouTube star Cassidy Valentine had her lips done in the hopes of looking a little more like Victoria's Secret model Adriana Lima.
I don't see why you wouldn't want to.
Stretch, though. I don't know what Cassidy Valentine looks like, but Adriana
I think it was
is
the girl in the picture above.
Oh, go back
fucked up lips. I mean, you can't really see.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't know what the rest of her looks like, but Adriana's in her league of her own. Anyway, she ended up with an enormous mouth that looked like it was made out of plastic. But that turned out to be the least of her trouble, since, unknown to her at this point, the woman administrating her filler was an incompetent beautician known industry-wide for botching hundreds of faces. As the hours went by, I noticed my lips were getting bigger and bigger and bigger, the vlogger recalls. I had a massive panic attack in ASDA and said to my mum, I think my lip is dying. I thought I was overreacting because it was going blue, but little did I know it was actually dying. That's her saying that. That's Cassidy.
Wow.
When presented with a photo of Cassidy's puffy pout, the beautician said the swelling was normal and advised her to take some antihistamines. I've never read that word. Have you read that word ever? Antihistamines?
No.
I've heard it.
I've heard
be
it.
spoken before, but
I've never read it.
Me neither. That's cool.
Never seen it in writing.
Me
in
neither.
Script.
Anyways, in case of an allergic reaction, luckily Cassidy's anxiety drove her to get a second opinion from the consultant clinic, which rushed her in for treatment that day. You know, the main takeaway from this, I don't think we need to keep reading along here because it's obvious she didn't do her homework.
Oh,
right? She's hot. She's got potential.
well,
She's got potential,
she
dude.
looks kind of fake looking
Minus
in
the
face,
lips.
though.
Yeah, less makeup, maybe.
Her nose looks like it's gone. I don't know, dude. She looks like she's really trying to look like someone that she's not.
That's true. I think if she really leaned into what she's more so.
She kind of looks like American Dad with a Kylie lip kit in this
Oh.
picture with that square jaw.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
So that's all they got on her. But
Well, that's a lot of writing though that I don't think we need to go through
no,
by any means. You know, if you go to someone who is renowned as a shitty beautician, that's
yeah.
what
Why
you're
take the
getting.
risk?
You know what that's like? Going to a really cheap tattoo artist.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I do know a lot about because I got, not the greatest first tattoo on my side, and that was because it was really inexpensive and I was underage, and that was the only person that would do it.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't renowned as a shitty artist, but
Well, I read who did it somewhere. I was watching something that they go through Google reviews and they try and find the worst reviews. Were we watching that together?
I hope not, because that sounds like a waste of time. Why would anybody do that?
Well, no. So they would go through, find the worst places to get things done. And so this guy found the worst place to get Botox. He wanted to see for himself how bad the doctor really was. So he went in there and it was just the sketchiest thing in the world. It was weird. I don't remember where in the hell I saw it or found it, but I think it was like one of those rabbit hole things. I swear I was watching you maybe. I don't even know where I would have found it or seen it, but it's crazy how many people do this and then get in this business on the sketchier side of it that aren't actually kind of, lack of better words, qualified.
Yeah, well, it is crazy because it does kind of fall under the same lines as, like, it's all under the same, it's in the same realm. The same realm, brother, like we were saying earlier. But because with this sort of stuff, it says right there, like, you don't need to be a trained medical professional to plunge a syringe full of filler into someone's face. You just have to be able to order kits from a website like fillerworld.co.uk. Shout out to them. Hopefully they paid for that. Shout out from Vice. But, it's because it's true. Like, you can theoretically do that. Same thing with, like, giving haircuts. You theoretically could go get scissors and clippers and start you're a hair cutter now. Technically, you got all the stuff. If you got customers, you are a hair cutter. Same thing with tattoos. You can get your own. You can get your own machine. You can get your own needles. You can get your own tubes. You can get your own everything.
Well, and that's what this guy in this little
scratcher.
show that he was doing is because he wanted to read the reviews to see if they're really as bad as what people are saying. Are they worth the reviews, and can he expose them in a good light? Maybe help him bounce back.
It's dangerous when you're doing shit like Botox and
For
lip
sure.
fillers. And
I don't remember where, dude.
if you're doing if you do that and you got a show on YouTube or whatever, and you go to like the shittiest tattoo artists and you get tattooed, like you got maybe like a part of your body that's just not inked up, and they do like a little tester piece to just see, and then maybe they can do a bigger piece, but like, and then if worst case scenario, you got a funny story to tell about a bad tattoo, versus that you've got potentially, I mean, you could die from some of this stuff. You ever watch show Botched? It's fucking nuts, some of the stuff.
I don't get why so many people do it or why it's such a craze, because what I think, I mean, now we've got so much research though, but like, if you start younger, take care of yourself, you'll be fine. You'll be good.
Yeah.
But people get to the point where like you can't even make expression. I know that's a lot of people's argument with it, but when you start getting a lot with the plastic and you start doing things to
like it seems like the more you pay.
I don't get why people want to look young all the time though.
Well,
there's some almost to having a little bit more of a distinguished look.
Yeah, distinguished and weathered are two different things, though.
Yeah, but that's how you take care. I mean, it's up to you. That's how you take care of yourself.
Well, a lot of people have thought that they've been taking care of themselves for a lot of years and are just now realizing that, holy fuck, I'm not supposed to be eating. True. I'm not supposed to be eating brown rice.
I'm more so speaking, though, mainly for, like girls that are in our age that are kind of already doing it. It just seems like to where they're getting like real plastic surgery, changing their entire look. Look at Kylie Jenner. I mean, it worked for her, but that's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, one thing works for one time.
One thing works for one person in our generation. Everyone tries to do it.
I'm okay with boob jobs.
Well, fuck, dude. Yeah, no, that's fine.
I'm okay with.
I'm saying leave the face alone, though.
Why? If they got a nose on, if they got a nose,
dude,
that
I get
needs
it.
to
There's
be taken care
things.
of.
I'm saying there's certain things, but if you can't if you can't
plumping up the lips,
if you can't do this,
get some
DSLs. If you can't smile,
yeah, dude, no.
If you can't smile for miles, dude, get out.
Obviously, don't saw up, but it's it's okay
to not be able to smile for miles.
No, Zach, that's an important feature. I'm just saying that, like, if it doesn't prevent you from smiling for miling, then you should be able to do a little bit. I think
because she can't smile for miles.
No, she's in a bad spot. But obviously,
she doesn't even want to smile.
That wasn't that
miles.
high quality of stuff. Like. Yeah. Anyways, what else do we got? Hopefully they figure out the lip injection situation because it seems like a fucking epidemic.
Be careful, Seems
like an epidemic.
A new one.
All right. A man shot and killed 8 people after leaving a bar.
Sneaky Pete?
The bartender... That's a new show. The bartender served him 5 drinks, was arrested. Oh, I know why this is in here.
We got a video. That's why.
No, I don't think that's why. We can watch it, though. Make sure that the volume's up this time because we couldn't hear shit last week on the video. Not this time.
Thinking ahead.
We got an ad, though. Giovanni Ribisi, dude. That's the dude from Ted.
He's a great actor.
Fantastic actor. He goes back, too. Like
Sneaky Pete, dude. I don't like that name.
He was in Friends.
Should a bartender be charged for overserving a guy who went on a drunken killing spree later? So the bartender's name is Lindsay Glass. Lindsay got arrested last week, accused of overserving Spencer Height after he showed signs of being intoxicated. Video from that bar 2 years ago, actually, is when this happened, shows him twirling a knife and pulling out a gun that night. Now, to her point, investigators say Glass texted another bartender about the guy, and she called 911 when he left the bar. Her attorney says that shows she was acting responsibly as a bartender. But the guy, Height, left the bar. He drove to the home of his estranged wife, who was the bartender's friend, and shot and killed her and 7 other people. Police eventually killed him, back to the bartender. She could face a $500 fine and a year in jail if convicted.
Damn, dude. So
the next video, guys.
Same ad though. On this, what do you think? Do you think that the bartender is responsible or no?
It depends on like how drunk he is, but I'm trying to think because how do you really know?
Well, you can't be that fucked up and go kill 8 people.
That's my thing. Like you can't
you gotta be somewhat together.
If you're at an unservable level, that's it. That it's noticeable.
You're falling asleep before you're killing people.
Yeah, like you're falling asleep in the chair. You're like, you're not able to.
You ever been drunk before?
Gun. If you're drunk, you're gonna shoot, and you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot because you're gonna go. That's how you're gonna fucking try and shoot. If you're that drunk.
Yeah, if you're
at an unservable level.
Yeah, if you're at an unservable point.
Because otherwise, how do you know? I mean, you're like.
So
maybe he's German.
I actually have an experience somewhat close to this from when I was in Omaha. And there was a big car accident that happened while I was there. Not anybody I knew or anything like that, but one of the guys that was in the accident used to go to the high school that we were all going to.
Mm-hmm.
And so a bunch of people at the school were super upset. And so, like, we obviously were upset for them, but, we just wanted them to be good. But anyways, we didn't know the kid. He was at a restaurant and was drinking, got fucked up, and then went and then killed like two families driving the wrong way on the freeway in Omaha when it was snowy out. And in that case, the bartender she got arrested and then, put in to jail.
Really?
Jail. Yeah. So it would be. I see why that would make sense in that scenario, because you have proof that this person was incoherently and irresponsibly operating their machinery after drinking. So you could say that the alcohol drove them to drive fucked up.
Yeah.
And that is...
But they shouldn't be driving, though, is the thing. Like, it can't be... Their bad decisions, I don't think, should rely on a bartender, because they're not really... Like, they've got so much shit in a night that they've got to...
It's one of those things,
about.
Dude,
because they're not outside. If he gets in his whip...
Yeah, but the establishment assumes responsibility for everybody that goes into there. Because think about it. They're getting sued. They're going to get sued. That place overserved someone.
Yeah, but...
Think about the person who's in the accident.
If you have such a small...
So...
If you have any... at least, I guess, here in Arizona, they're way more strict about it. But
yeah, they have zero tolerance here. But, like... But
if you have anything in your system, it doesn't matter if you get underserved, overserved. You drink.
But in this sense,
slammer.
It's almost like, yeah, true. It's almost like, though, the opposite situation of what happened in Omaha, where, like, that person got fucked up and then operated their machinery very badly, versus this person got fucked up and then went and operated his machine efficiently and carried out a mass murder. So, like, you've got...
Efficiently is the right word.
Well, he killed...
For the sake of your argument, yeah, but seems in poor taste.
It's he the one that did it, dude, not me. He's the one that is killing... All I'm saying is that the alcohol, as far as its ability to affect both individuals' brain, one did what I would think a drunk person would do, which is not drive on the on the right side. But that one's
anything. It's got to be more up to security too. Like that's why you gotta have. There's other people. I don't think it all should fall under the bartender, because again, if someone's sitting down to, like, you really don't know, unless you start breathalyzing people to where their limit, to where that's over serving. If you breathalyze, say, I don't know, let's make sure that you're not blowing over. If they had a law I guess.
Well, it's one of those things, dude. That's like
because she can't be liable. How does she know?
She's got to do a good job of
But she's
got to
do that for an entire bar of people.
Yeah, and that's the responsibility that falls on her. Because think about, dude, if you're just an innocent person,
but she can't control. She can't leave if she sees some dude leave and she doesn't know if he's got an Uber out there or a car. It's not her responsibility to go out there and make sure he's got a cab or he's driving. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be she shouldn't go to jail because he was an idiot and decided to drive.
I think
because she's inside.
I honestly don't think like you should be allowed to be served alcohol out in public to the point of like not being able to drive home to a degree. Like there's part of me that sides on that side of it because
now we're talking about a lot of money lost.
Sure, yeah, and that's fucked up and whatever, but like it's like I just don't understand how you can have the cap off because then you have these types of issues.
But then it kind of goes to
luckily it's few and far between though with this stuff.
Yeah.
Because
now other people can't have a good time though with that. I mean, if we did that, like other people who are responsible, they can't go out and get wild and if they're not an issue.
Well, are they not an issue though because it's a matter of time until they are and they just haven't become one yet? Like if they're getting
everyone responds to alcohol differently. It's just like anything. It's like any drug. You know, everyone responds to things differently. So just like caffeine, you know, like some people get real jittery and they feel like shit after they have caffeine and get headaches. People like me and you, like we're drinking it at 8 o'clock at night. We had it at 9 o'clock this morning.
How much is it? Do you think people just don't have options?
In what sense?
Like escaping or letting go. Like if you think, like, do you think that that it would help?
Damn, I was in Plano, Texas.
Yeah, Plano, Texas. Plano and Omaha. I mean, I can't imagine that this is that popular of a thing, but like
I don't think it is, but
I don't know. I mean,
I just know people that, you know, for like my buddies that work in the bar industry.
If you're going to serve unlimited booze, there has to be some sort of accountability. Because it makes it seem like you're just trying to get everybody as fucked up as possible and you don't really care about the aftermath. You're just trying to sell booze.
Sure.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm not saying I disagree or anything.
But like for their side of the argument, though, I mean, we've just become the debating podcast. It's like a Charlemagne show. Like Charlemagne and Joe Budden over here. Just can't get along ever. I don't think they've ever even been on an interview together. But anyways, I don't know. Because on their side of it, they are assuming that they're being responsible. Right. If you're an adult, because if we're going to have an age that you got to be a certain age. Think about all the requirements to even be able to drink alcohol, go to a bar. You got to be 21. You got to be fucking. You got to be 21. But
yeah, you got to be 21,
but at that point, like you're an adult, you should be responsible, and if you're not, they should have to pay the consequence. I don't even think a bar should get sued because there's so many people, you know, that are running around doing stuff, and people have different tolerances, and people react to it differently. That like, plus too, like, I don't know if this is a bar or like a club, but
I doubt it.
I doubt a club. But if it's a poppin' bar, you got all these people working there. It's like you got all these people, I guess, there at the bar. You got to worry about all these people. You got to get the drinks out to these people. I don't know. It's tricky.
Yeah. It's a weird situation.
But the only way you could do is breathalyze it. I feel like after, maybe when a person's tab gets to, they've sold a certain amount of drinks, breathalyze them after 3 or 4.
Yeah, maybe something like that. But then it's fucking weird. Like how many people are like, I'm not doing that.
Like, dude, fuck this. We're just gonna go drink at home.
Yeah. Well, that I think
we cause more issues.
You think?
Well, possibly. I mean, it depends. Like I've
Depends
heard
where people are at in their life, I guess.
Well, it's because like it's just like
That's what booze does.
it's like our buddy. You know, he works in the club industry, and like the stories for when he's in Tucson working versus when he's here in Scottsdale working, day and night difference. It doesn't even seem like it's the same universe. Like he's got a highlight reel fight story, not necessarily that he's in, but he's got one every single shift he works.
That's a
Versus in Scottsdale, it's like once every couple months. Oh shit, dude, fucking two dudes got in a fight and then the cops pulled them off. But Tucson, there's blood splattering. I mean, it's
they don't play down there. I mean, everybody knows they don't play down there, but
so I feel like kind of depends on the area too.
could be that too.
I don't know.
Anyways, what else do we got? Heart goes out to the victims too.
I'm excited about this.
New beef. Just kidding. It looks like Eminem and Chris D'Elia will rap battle.
Do we even need to read the article?
Well, it might be fun to just. I don't know if they have like a clip of the song, but no, I think that's just
Get on out of there.
I think that's just that. But this might be something here. Let's see what this is.
This is probably his original thing.
From Larry Legend.
Of course I'm on torrent.
So
I'm
funny.
driving a Porsche over the floorboards, over the 4 points, while you're in the 4 tours, getting an abortion and a divorce at the same time to hear supporting. Look what I'm planning. I'm planning to do all this while you're panicking, and you're looking and staring at mannequins, and I'm going to Fannikins trying to get up a Planikins. All of the Planikins, Panikins. Well, all the Panikins, Anna in the cabana. I'm in a cabana in the Janet. I'm in a cabana chanting all the stand-up banner. Well, you don't got the stamina, you're lacking the stamina. You're lacking the stamina while you're divorcing Harrison Ford, and I'm in a Porsche and flowing ports while I'm on torrent. You're using way too many napkins, papkins, lapkins and chapkins. You're using chapstick and napkins while I'm papkin, flapping around like a papkin, flamming a babbing pan and
Spit
chapkin,
flying
damn it
out.
again, a
Oh my gosh, dude.
Dude, that was so funny. Because what's funny, he put that in the song.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna say for those that don't know, a couple months ago, D'Elia was doing a few like Eminem impression, like style raps, and he was just doing these videos. and
Random freestyles.
They went fucking viral.
Yeah.
And then Eminem even got his hands on it. And then Logic has a new song that he did called Homicide that he just did with Eminem. And then they put that in the ending of the song.
So funny.
And then now
They're going to battle it out.
they're gonna rap battle.
See who's number one El Chingon of the rap game.
Here's what frustrates me about the comments world and kind of the state of our society that we're living in.
Huh.
But I read the first comment that I saw when this article came out, because I like to read comments for whatever fucking reason. But
Entertaining. Just came here for the comments.
pretty much, dude, because he was like, well, obviously Eminem's going to win because Chris D'Elia is a comedian and Eminem's a rapper and has been on top of his game for 20 plus years. I was thinking to myself, I was going, dude, do you really think that, like, it's anything but a joke? Like, even if they're doing it, okay, you just answered the question, because you just said that, yeah, he's a comedian, and they're going to do a rap battle. So it's a rapper versus a comedian. That means it's going to be rap, entertainment, music, meeting, comedy, which is its own art and entertainment.
Joking.
So
Scroll down. Is there more stuff?
2 + 2 = 4, dog. This is the other one.
Oh, dude, this one was funny too.
While I'm lounging on Pinterest, fucking your mistress.
Just in his garage, just pacing.
I'm planning a hand trick with Danica Patrick. I'm Santa and that's it. Nick Cannon's fantastic.
That's Eminem that posted that. This is incredible. For a
Foxes and
second,
foxes.
I actually thought this
Foxes
was
and foxes. While I'm listening to the Loxes. A whole bunch of boxes. Right in my garage with a bunch of large cars inside of the porch. A bunch of my cars in a large garage. Swerving in an emergency lane with cars from New Jersey.
So funny, dude.
God.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
he's
just saw
so
a thing from
funny.
Manscaped. How good is Manscaped?
Manscaped's the shit.
I just got on that Manscaped grind, dude.
But a fan.
Smells so good on my balls.
Hopefully they sponsor us.
Yeah, hey Manscaped, if you guys are hearing this, we could use the money, and
Could use the money.
you guys could use the love. So,
Couple cool cats like us. This is our application. We're not gonna write one.
we're not
gonna
writing shit out, dude. This is
We're not gonna email you. We might email you a clip of this.
yeah. We may clip this out and tag you in a fucking Instagram post, but
Dude, we should actually
yeah, we can.
get our name out there, bro. What did Gary Vee do?
What would Gary Vee do?
Yeah.
I don't know. But hey, by the way, starting a conversation with me with saying that you are following Gary Vee's blueprint is not the way to become boys with me. I just want to say that to anybody listening. Next one. What do we got?
Fair.
We are on a different blueprint. Janine Buss is reportedly being encouraged to trade LeBron.
Little French fella.
Bold move, Cotton. See if it pays off for him.
Yeah, but you're gonna keep Lonzo around?
Discussions between the Lakers, former Cleveland Cavaliers head coach Ty Lue broke down on Wednesday. I need to scroll, get out a little bit.
What do you mean get out?
Just a little bit. There you go. Reports indicating that the Lakers are ready to make an offer to Lue for the team's head coach position. Blah, 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 blah. Janine Buss is reportedly even being told to trade LeBron James. LeBron James. Nothing's out of bounds right now, Smith said. Ha. It's a funny joke. We don't know what the hell's going on in Los Angeles. You got folks close to Janine Buss not telling.
It's Genie, but
Oh, I keep seeing it, and I apologize. I thought it was Janine. She looks like a Janine.
yeah, I see it.
And she kind of sounds like a Janine. I heard her on Theo Vaughn's podcast.
Yeah.
Imploring, not telling her to trade LeBron. He does not have a no-trade clause, and now you haven't given him the coach that he wanted. Now, what do you think of all this?
Well, I don't know. My main thing is that, like, it's been one season. So if just because you didn't make it to the playoffs, it doesn't necessarily mean that, like, and I don't think they didn't seem, from the little bit of NBA that I watched this season, it didn't seem like they were even that bad of a team. I feel like they have the talent there. They just have to figure out how to work it all together. Just like any team.
A little bit of a Phoenix Coyotes situation.
A little bit, but they even have more star power. They got LeBron James, for God's sake.
True.
He was carrying the team on the back for half the year. Like, don't trade him. He's not the issue.
Well, you know, here's
Then again, I haven't been paying that close of attention. So I could be way off.
Here's somewhat of the issue is it's like, how does LeBron feel right now? And we got to think about that because
If I'm him,
Magic bounced.
sure, yeah.
And Magic was boss, right? Magic was Nick Fury for the Lakers. And, you know, he brought LeBron in under a certain mission with a certain objective, a certain big picture. You know, whenever you're working with someone that's of that role, they're always talking about a bigger picture. And so LeBron came over to be a part of that bigger picture. Now, all of a sudden, Magic's gone, and that bigger picture is completely changed because it's now a different person's big picture. And LeBron is very uncertain as to where he falls in line with that because that wasn't even the coach or the big picture that he wanted to align himself with. So I think
there's even a bigger picture for him, though, especially because he's older now. Like, I think I could see him wanting to be in LA, But if the team's not winning, I mean, you don't want to be
It's
there.
not about the
but
team. Like the reason I'm saying this is because on the shop, that episode of him, he was talking about like the issue that he had was just that he felt abandoned by this bigger picture idea that he was sold. Like he was sold a bigger picture. Now all of a sudden that
feels
bigger
cheated a little bit.
you just feel fucked over because like you go there expecting to do the bigger picture.
Yeah.
You know, and for that
So
person,
I get that. I mean,
for
I
that
get
person to just bounce, you know, you kind of lose respect. And also in things like I didn't even get a phone call or nothing, just like not even a fuck you, I'm out, nothing.
I mean, I get that. And
So-
like it's all different if he wants to trade, but if Genie wants to trade,
He could be forcing it though.
for sure. Doesn't say, but that's I
There's
mean,
just
I don't
so
know enough.
much
I haven't been paying enough attention to
content.
know fully what's going on because there's just been so much other shit. I feel like
I
to
just
keep
got
up
lucky
with.
watching that episode of The Shop
Yeah.
to get to hear him talk about how he felt with Magic leaving because
Yeah. I feel that.
I got to do it when I do this. It's all one. So
Yeah, know how it
okay,
works.
Facebook co-founder says Zuckerberg's power is unprecedented and un-American. Wants company broken up. I don't know how many of you guys heard this, but wow. Shortly after Chris Hughes called for Facebook to be broken up, the social networking giant rejected his argument with the following statement. Facebook accepts that with success comes accountability. Nick Clegg, Facebook's vice president of global affairs and communications, wrote to the New York Times, but you don't enforce accountability by calling for the breakup of a successful American company. Fair. Facebook, an objectively terrible place to spend one's time or gather one's daily intel, is now being openly criticized for unchecked power by one of the, what does that say, goobs?
Looks like it.
Is that a word?
I don't know.
You've never seen that word, have you?
On
I haven't.
SpongeBob.
That's the only place I've seen it too. Responsible for its very existence. Chris Hughes, noted Harvard roommate and Facebook co-founder, penned a lengthy piece for the New York Times Thursday in which he looked back on the site's beginnings and urged governmental intervention. It's been 15 years since I co-founded Facebook at Harvard, and I haven't worked at the company in a decade, Hughes said, but I feel a sense of anger and responsibility. So, before we go on any further, where are you at with this?
What's he saying exactly? Why
He's
it should be shut down?
yeah. Chris Hughes is basically saying, who's one of the co-founders, basically is saying, I'm not saying that for you, that that Facebook has too much power governmentally. They're too much a part of politics, how the world works, all these sorts of things. It was never meant to be that. It was just meant to be a social place to hang out and chill. And because it's gotten so crazy, he wants it to be broken up.
I agree that it's not what it was supposed to be. Like, obviously, like, because we talked about that last week.
Which, by the way, we're sorry about. I mean, it just was what it was.
Shit happens. It is what it is.
We're trying to make this one shorter to make up so y'all can catch up.
Yeah, we might even skip the next couple current events. Who knows?
Do that.
Huh?
You don't need to do that. See how long this one goes.
But we just do a lot of current events, I feel like. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. I think that like I feel like it's always going to be that any social setting, because right now politics in general consume people's minds. Now I think it's wrong if Facebook gets in the middle, like when they were talking about censoring people or showing certain news in front and favoring favoring an idea or a party. I don't think that's right. I think people should have the freedom of choice, and we should be showing both sides so people read both sides so they can find some truth in the middle, you know? So for that reason, I think do I think this should get shut down for it? No. Because you're not going to stop people from talking about politics too. You know,
it's
any
not just
social
politics.
I know,
it's
but
like it's everything that it's suicide, it's mental illness, it's all these
Sure.
things. It's like
it's definitely gone way, 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 way out.
basically what Chris is saying is that we're at the point to where we've got to start sacrificing, you know, what we're doing on all fronts in order to preserve the integrity of what we're doing, and we're better off to just shut the whole thing down and eliminate this liability
The problem
that we all have.
I just don't think it'll happen like
It won't
that
happen
because there's too much money being made.
Which is weird because Facebook is a free platform.
Well, and that's I
for.
think that's where it all kind of happened is that ads started getting involved, and then being able to sponsor your posts and then that, because I mean you'll scroll through. How much are you scrolling through and you're seeing an ad to some degree? And I don't think they want that for sure.
What is
even
Facebook's...
being involved in marketing? I mean, I contribute to that to a degree, you know? So
what freaks me out is Facebook is worth how much money right now? How much market cap is Facebook worth? A ridiculous amount of $518.2 billion for a free.
it's a lot of scratch.
$518 billion for a free thing that we can join. Anybody can join and be a part of. And if all of a sudden Facebook goes away, it's not like there's assets that they own, really. I mean, they've acquired companies and shit, and they have assets and stuff. But like as far as properties and things go, what generates their revenue is all the ads. So if there's no platform,
Right.
There's no ads, there's no money. They can't sell ad space if there's no platform. Right. So if company goes away, that's $518 billion of cap space that's just disappeared in the stock market. That is not good news for that for the whole tech space.
Yeah, well, that's the thing for the tech space. Here's why. Being somewhat involved in the industry of kind of needing Facebook. I'm definitely more on the bias side of wanting to keep it, obviously, but I don't know. I mean, my thing
Wall
with
Street
it is
needs to keep it.
Wall Street needs to keep it. Everyone, yeah, because we all kind of need it
Our
right
economy
this second.
needs it.
Yeah, because there's not anything else that's you got this in Amazon that we get kind of a back and forth ball, and Apple plays a part of this too. But the problem is, if you were to shut down Facebook, I think a lot of progress that's been made so far is being reverted, and now you're just allowing some other slapdick to just create another social media, and then we're going to run into this issue again. Versus like right now, I feel like the majority of people, like at least the world's getting more connected to a degree, and or disconnected to some. I mean, when you do get the politics stuff involved, I mean, there's definitely a disconnect there with people. But
Facebook, aside from those other companies that you listed, has done so well because it represents money that doesn't exist.
Right.
Technically. I mean, platform goes away, their value is nothing. Facebook goes away,
Yeah, they
Facebook,
have no.
They have no.
They don't have a
can't
product.
Sell,
they don't have
they can't sell off all their shit. They can't have a going out of business sale. They can't unload. They can unload their real estate where
And
their
it's just
offices
done.
are, but that's fucking it. And there's no other money. So, but what it's done is it's boosted the markets to make it seem like it's way higher than it really is.
Right.
And if you just get rid of that fucking tomorrow, that is a big blow to that index.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is too, not to trail off of that, but I mean, if you a little bit, my problem is with the Chris Hughes guys a little bit is all these people over the years that were involved with Facebook in the early days and then aren't, it's all kind of coming off a little bit as like the jealous ex-girlfriend a little bit. Maybe Zuckerberg fucked some people over. I mean, sure, but that sucks. But I mean,
well, Facebook probably became a monster to some of these guys.
For sure. Well, and it is. I mean, you look at it right now. I mean, like so much of our life is consumed with it. I mean,
like to Zuckerberg, it's his baby.
We spend 2 hours. Our longest podcast was due to us talking about social media.
Well,
and social media is controlled by Facebook right now.
The thing is that if Facebook wasn't as powerful as they were, I would have no issues with getting rid of likes. Like we were talking about. Like if MySpace was the pinnacle, and we took MySpace as seriously, or if we took social media as seriously as we took MySpace back in the day, then I would have no issues with it. But because we put so much into it, we can't use that as a guideline or marker to say we can use that application everywhere, which is what would happen if there's success. If it's disbanded and there's new social networks that come of it, then there's a chance at having that true social network thing that it sounded like they were after at first, most of the guys, but then you give up a lot of money in the markets, and I don't know who's ready to do that.
I don't know. I feel like we need it right now just because so much does rely on it, and it's so much.
It'd be hard to undo a lot of business models
because here's the deal: you're not adding more by taking away. Doesn't mean we're now adding. It doesn't mean now we have 500 billion or whatever the number is to now put into the world.
Yeah,
so
it just disappears.
Now so this disappears. So now all the influencers.
No, it's important to understand why it disappears.
Well, you did. You explained it because there's no valuable. There's no asset.
If platform goes down, it's gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's nothing they can sell out. There's just nothing to it.
Right.
It's not real. It's just it's an application.
Exactly.
And no one can buy it.
Exactly.
They're too big. But I forget my point where I was going with this, but
you said that 518 billion isn't. We don't get it.
Oh yeah, we don't get it. So now all the digital marketers now lose out on a lot of jobs. So those are some small end jobs, but now businesses are losing a lot of revenue that depends on, because a lot of money is being dumped into social media marketing because that's where all the people are.
Yeah,
and that's why they have $500 billion. So.
Right. That's exactly
so
right.
So now that shuts down. So now these businesses. So what if these businesses are losing money because they don't have their marketing anymore? They can't go back to direct mail because they can't afford it, and all the direct mail companies are out of fucking business because of this.
Exactly.
And they don't have money to just start a new business because they don't see a piece of the $500 billion.
Exactly.
So then the economy shuts down, and then it's 2008 again.
But at least people won't have their feelings getting hurt. And
well, no, that doesn't have anything to do with that.
And
people still get their feelings hurt. You don't need social media to get your feelings hurt.
I know, but it's magnified on there. And that's one of the biggest issues that these guys have is just what it's become.
Well, in any social, that is the issue in any social environment.
The influence of the company politically is a main issue because it's so global.
For sure.
And when you have global political influence or regional political influence in a global network, it's like, there's so many different cultures at so many different phases of their reality.
Yeah.
And online, we're all just saying that it's a level playing field, but it's just not always. Like, people act different in different places.
Right. Well, when we do forget, though, I mean, that's kind of the problem. And where it gets scary, where I see this guy's argument, is that we got to remember that it's still a form of media, social media. So there's still the media side of it. So, yeah, it's a social environment, but there's still the media element to it, to where there could be a point in time, if they're not already, I mean, political parties could dump money into Facebook and say, hey, I want you to put this and put that. Like, yeah, I know, like, you can run certain campaigns if you're whoever, you can target to, the candidates and who you want to, but it's, I think politically it gets tricky with it for sure. I don't know. I mean, they've just dug themselves into such a deep hole that it's like, make your bed, now you got to lay in it kind of thing, to where it's like we have to now figure this out, whether it's removing likes, whether it's not removing likes. Putting our argument aside, I think it's more so because you can't really just remove it, because something new will pop up and this will just happen again.
Well, there's gonna be an opportunity. It wouldn't be as big.
It wouldn't be, but
and that would be the because then.
But that doesn't mean better, though.
No, but it doesn't have to.
Right, but
is the thing.
So now, so Facebook shuts down, and then now we have other things that are the exact same thing as Facebook, Instagram, all these other, WhatsApp, whatever's owned by Facebook.
Different is only initially better because it's opportunity. So until that opportunity starts going south, in my opinion, it's better, but
yeah.
Regardless of any of that, it's if we know one thing is wrong, there's no point in continuing it. Let's try to figure out the right thing.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's,
like if we know it's fucked up, like let's scrap it and try to fix it. I mean, it is what it is. But when we do that, we're gonna have a $518 billion price tag with that as a country, and then we're gonna have to deal with all the consequences and the fallout, which is probably not going to be light on the old wallet, on the old billfold. So we got to enjoy those low taxes, which, I mean, even like Obama and Trump have kept taxes really low in consideration to what a lot of other Americans have had to pay at different points in history. We're in a good place both with Obama and Trump tax-wise. But overall, dude,
I don't know. I don't know if shutting it down is the answer, but
it's definitely unsettling that it's even a conversation because
but they were just talking about that with Amazon too.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, in a lot of ways, it's made things better. In a lot of ways,
Amazon is a very different thing to me, though, because there's assets.
Yeah, and Amazon's way more of a monopoly. That's an actual reason.
A different issue.
It is because you can shut down a business because of a monopoly. Yeah, you can break them up. You can't break up
that's breaking the
non-existent
law. Facebook isn't breaking the law.
Yeah,
they're just. They're walking a line with how much influence they garner with their fucking my concern is with social media in general at this point is that governments and businesses use the data that's collected on social media and assume that that's what reality is or isn't or whatever. Like all this data and all of these things. And so basically,
It's the most valuable thing right now.
but if something works on social media, like say taking away the likes, for example, if a government gets a whiff of that and says, oh, okay, that works for that, let's apply a similar principle. It works for that and people are okay with it. So let's apply a similar principle to gun control and people will probably be okay with it. And, it'll be that. And then next thing you know, they've taken all the guns.
Yeah. I was just trying to
It's
get you back into that argument from last week.
I'm not trying to get you back into the argument. I'm just saying that we're giving in general the social media people too much power.
For sure. Yeah, I mean,
it's a dangerous line that they're walking again with it being such a global network.
right, but my thing is that it's just not their fault that they should have to shut down because everyone's giving them too much power. I mean, like, at some point, too, as people, we gotta just fucking realize, like, dude, we're letting this control our lives and everything in it. That's the main thing.
Well, yeah.
But I could see where this guy's saying, yo, it's not this, it's not what it's made for.
I think it would be beneficial to have Zuckerberg have more of a role politically. Have him be more of an ally to the governments in general. Like have him show up at United Nations meetings and stuff.
Yeah, connecting the world, like,
help
better.
people work together, like at the highest, because he's
help connect.
Think about what he's doing for all of us.
Yeah.
He's helping connect people across the world. Why can't he do that for the leaders? Show up at those meetings, dude. Help bridge some gaps. Let's turn this ship around, huh?
Money.
That's more money for him. Let's turn this ship around. Show up some meetings. All right, let's do one more,
let's get
dude.
off social media for a bit.
Let's do one more. That was actually a productive one, though, I think.
It was. I didn't think last week was unproductive.
Again, dude.
Why do this roll? This bird went extinct and then evolved into existence again.
Yeah. Nuts.
Crazy. It's the bird.
We know of no other example in rails or of birds in general that demonstrates this phenomenon so evidently.
Aldabra?
White-throated rail. Oh, so that's the name of the bird. It's a flightless bird. So
those keep popping up, I feel like.
They don't fly, but they get a running start, and they it lives on Namesake Atoll in the Indian Ocean. Doesn't look like anything special at first glance, but the small bird has bragging rights because it effectively evolved into existence twice after going extinct 136,000 years ago.
Supposed to be here, I guess.
Well, that's weird because the Earth is only 2019 years old. So I think that's just fake news. But let's read on. According to a study published Wednesday in the Zoological Journal of, what is that next word? Linnean Society. The rail is an example of a rarely observed phenomenon called, you could probably zoom in a little bit, I guess, on this one. Although they're using some big words that I don't really know anyways. Iterative
it's a bird. I mean,
evolution.
We can get into fossils of the flightless bird were found both before and after Aldabra was submerged by what's
that word there, tough nuts?
Inundation event that occurred around 136,000 years ago. I need glasses, so I can't really read either.
I mean, I feel like fucking Ricky, dude.
Said study authors Julian, was that Hume or Home?
Hume, I think.
An avian paleontologist in natural history. So cool. We got a new bird out. It's flightless, huh? I don't trust a flightless bird because they get a real daggering start and then they kind of use their heads as knives always, I feel like. And
Well, and you know what,
they try and
dude?
spear ya.
I think they're the closest relatives to dinosaurs or flightless birds.
that's what they say. Well, that's what they said about the cassowary bird that we were talking about a few weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's a strange situation.
I just don't get how you're...
Because birds existed, because birds actually existed when dinosaurs existed.
Right.
So every bird, theoretically, has been around.
Every bird?
Not every bird, but every bird is a descendant. You know, like we don't have family members that we can trace back to dinosaur times.
Yeah. That we know.
No, humans were wiped out.
There could have been one.
No. With the dinosaurs, humans were wiped out. You know
I'm
what
just
I
saying
mean?
I wasn't there.
Except maybe, well, here's the thing where it ties in, is that people think that, not people, I think, that the dinosaurs had something to do with the flood. And that was where that all went down, to tie it together.
I've been bad about doing my research on it, honestly.
But regardless, like there weren't villages of people when dinosaurs were roaming around.
I'm not saying villages of people, but I'm saying there could have been a dude or something. Saying I wasn't there.
Well, I'm just saying studies would say to that.
Yeah, but bones, human bones, like over that much time, like they're disintegrate, become one with the earth.
Well, dinosaur bones didn't do that.
Yeah, but because they're different species.
Huh.
I'm just saying, dude.
It's possible.
Anything's possible.
According to Beebs. Should we shut this one down, dude? Are we good? Are we wrapped
I think we're
up?
good. I think we're just, I mean...
Shout out to the flightless bird for coming back. It seems like it wants to be here.
It wants to be here on Earth.
It seems like they're putting in the work to do what it takes to evolve, and so good on them. You know, let's let them do their thing.
Flightless, and they're part of the Indian Ocean, so like it's not even a bird that has to get in my way ever. So keep doing your thing.
You know what, dude? And honestly, let it be a lesson. If the world makes you extinct,
try again.
Just try again, dude. Come back.
Retry. Restart.
Come back in another 136,000 years.
Is that really what this is?
136,000 years ago is when they died. Now they're back.
It's weird that
fucking gang, dude.
Back, dude. They're like, oof.
Not weird.
Some Captain America shit. Anyways.
Yep. All right. Well, guys, it's been an honor to entertain you for this amount of time again, and we appreciate you
sticking it in there with us.
Well, we stick it in there, and y'all just take it. So,
little rapey,
huh?
Little rapey.
I didn't write it that way in my head.
Yeah, let's take out the rape stuff and then we'll try that again.
Okay. Well, we really appreciate you guys tuning in and listening. And as always, please subscribe, review on iTunes.
Send it to a friend.
Send it to a friend. Send us your socially awkward story times. We'd love.
Yeah, if you go, and we'll share listener ones too all day.
Yeah. That's all I got, dude.
That's all I got.
I'm just, for those of you just tuning in, I'm Jay.
I'm Z.
And together we're Jay-Z, so.
Chia. Oh, fuck, dude, that's your line. Nah, we already do it. You know how we do it. Oh, dude, you gotta do it still.
Dude, I can't follow that up now. You've already done it.
We in the building. Now you do it.
Chia. Hope. Don't fuck with my line again, dude.
This feeling right now, man, I swear it feel. Yeah.